Hello, fellow members of the Midnight Society. Welcome to a very special episode of the Midnight Society where I'm going to be giving a quick, spoiler-free review of the first episode of the Are You Afraid of the Dark revival series on Nickelodeon. The first episode was called Submitted for Approval, and the revival is just a three-part series, I guess. It's just 3 episodes. And it does deviate from the format of the original just a little bit. Each episode is an hour long, so with commercials, roughly about 45 minutes or so, about double the length of an original episode of the show. And it does change things up a little bit.
Very creepy.
So this actually devotes more time to us learning about the members of the Midnight Society, especially the main character, Rachel, who is a new kid in town, and she is the newest member of the Midnight Society, with her first story being her kind of trial, kind of like it was with Frank in the first episode of the original series.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. I call this story.
So while it gives more time, and I don't have a problem with them giving more time to the characters themselves, it does feel like the story that she tells does take kind of a backseat to everything else. In fact, it's only like a few minutes worth of the episode, I feel like, is the actual tale that she tells. That being said, it is a very entertaining hour of television. You can tell that the budget for this revival is way higher than anything before. I mean, it feels like movie quality. The actual visual effects and just everything, production quality, everything overall is done very well. I'm going to do a little spoiler section at the end, just real briefly, but I can't really say much more without giving anything away. I do think that they've done a very good job with this, though it's very different. It's for a different audience, I think, a newer generation for these tales. But yeah, I would say that this gets the approval of the Midnight Society. So if you don't want any spoilers, now would be the time to shuffle off. But if you want a little bit of spoilery stuff going on, I'm going to talk about that right now. All right, spoilers. So this, I know that when they did the reboot, or not the reboot, but like the next generation of the Midnight Society episodes, where it was Gary's brother who kind of took over in like 99, I want to say. They did a couple episodes where it actually involved the kids more, where they were telling a story, but I know that there was a mystery being solved in real life that affected them. This kind of goes that route a little bit more. So, like I said, Rachel's story has very little to do with the episode itself, but she tells her story, which is about this carnival of doom. And right after she tells the story, the way that the episode ends, it actually kind of carries the narrative into the next episode. And so the way I feel like these 3 episodes are just kind of like one long movie. I feel like if you put them all together, it would just be like one cohesive 2.5-hour movie. But the Carnival of Doom actually shows up to the city. So it's like her story is becoming real. And then they did this like teaser for the next few episodes. And it looks like it's like their interaction, like the Midnight Society's interaction with the Carnival of Doom, and like trying to figure out what is happening. And so while that seems interesting, I don't know how they're going to keep the format of each kid telling a story when this carnival is actually there and seemingly come to life, like her story come to life. So it's definitely a different direction that they're going with it. That being said, though, I mean, it's super good. Everything about it, the visual effects, there were some legitimate scares. Like, I don't think that you could watch an episode from back then and then watch an episode from now and really compare them. Again, it's just the times, and the visual effects are cheaper to make nowadays, and kids just are, I don't know if they're better actors nowadays, but they definitely come across that way. We've got one of the kids from the It movies, that's one of the Midnight Society, and just everybody across the board. The acting is great. So I'm very excited to see where this 3-episode revival goes, what they do with it, and if it leads to something more. I mean, I think that kids today could use a new Are You Afraid of the Dark series, and I think they could do a lot with the budget and stuff like that, and the kids. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where they go with it, and I would love to know what you guys think. If you have watched the first episode of the revival, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, are you afraid of the dark?
That smile will haunt my dreams forever.